Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm the Irfan from Pastry Art. In this video, I'm going to show everyone how the process that I made my last project. So the ingredients that we need is a lot of fondant, a lot of fruit coloring, some water, and the dummy cake or styrofoam. And we need utensil, of course, kind of like rolling cutter, a fondant tool, a silphate or silicone mate, and silicone mold. The first thing first, we're gonna add some coloring at the fondant and doing like in this videos. And after that, rolling the fondant and add some water and cover in styrofoam. Cut and following the shape of styrofoam. The next step, we're gonna add some texture. In this project, I prefer to make like a brick stone, and it's gonna be like a wall of a brick stone texture. And after that, I prefer to make 5 pillar or pole. And I've made them without any mold, it just by my hand. And I would say it was tricky to make that. And after that, I'm just gonna make them stick on the wall and apply CMC water as a glue. And the next step is I'm using a silicone mold like this to covering the top of layer 1. And we're just done for the first layer. And this is a day 2, we're just gonna focus on the layer 2. First step, of course, we're gonna coloring of the fondant. In the project, I prefer to make a lot chocolate tone. I mix the chocolate color, yellow and white. And the result, it's kinda abstract. And that we need it. Same like before, covering and add some texture. It actually same. Just do it over and over again. Next, we're gonna focus on the pole or pillar. Actually, it's just cover it with the same color like before. I forgot to say I using smoother for to make texture smooth and doing that to all the pole. And this is day 3. I'm just gonna focus to cover it at the top of pole. Just cover it, cotton, and just that. And we're done. It's look like this. It's a day 4. In a day 4, I actually do a lot of things. First of all, we're gonna make the roof. Just cover it with a fondant, dark chocolate, and add some texture. Make them look like a roof. And actually, it's just made like a straight line and just that. And next part, I'm just gonna do covering this part. In the same step. For the next part, I'm gonna make a green grass, put it on the middle and add some textures kinda like a grass. And I'm just using a fondant tool and scrub it just like in this videos. And until it look like this. And the next part is I'm gonna make a lot of roses and stick on the green grass that we made. For a day 4, it look like this. And the day 5, we're gonna make a roof again. It's just actually covering with a Tosca fondant and add some white line fondant and add some flower and some grass. And it's gonna be look like this. And the day 6, in that day, I'm just gonna focus on the base on the wedding cake. I'm gonna make a green field, and it's gonna be like a garden, like a green garden. First of all that I do is a mixing of a color, green and yellow. And after that, I'm just covering at the base styrofoam, and of course add some texture, and doing like this to like a real green field. And I'm also make a floor, just like the same textures like before, and it's look like a stone brick. And this is the result of the day 6. And the day 7, we're gonna focus on the garden. I just made some fence and a couple of trees. And the day 7, it looked like this. So this is the last day to make this dummy cake. So in this day I just made a lot of any details and add a lot of roses, and I made the figure. So finally, this is the result of a Garden of Paradise or wedding cake. And in this video, I'm gonna make butter cake for a taster of my last project. So the ingredients that we need is so first of all, I'm gonna mix margarine and condensed milk until the texture is kind of fluffy and the color kind of turn into white. And after that, mix the eggs, sugar powder until they mix together and until the texture expands. And after that, pour in the dry ingredients. Mix again for a minute until it mix well, and add margarine and condensed milk that we mixed before. And then we're gonna stir again until it mix well. And after that, pouring the dough into baking dish that we rubbed with margarine and flour before. The next step is I'm gonna bake the dough in 118 Celsius in the 45 minutes. And the butter cake base is done, and I'm gonna pull out the cakes. And I'm gonna make a garnish for filling and coating for the cakes. I'm using 200 grams dark chocolate and 200 ml of whipping cream. And then cook with open Mary method. And that's it. After that, covering the cakes with the garnish that we made. It's kinda messy, but I'll do my best. And the layer 2, for layer 2, it's kinda small because I'm cutting the cake. So it's called fault line cake. So basically, in the middle of the cake is kinda small because I'm gonna add more ornament in the middle. So this is the result coating with garnish. I'm gonna put on freezer until the garnish is kinda frozen. So for the next step, I'm gonna covering all with the fondant. And add a lot of texture, so the texture actually seems like the dummy of wedding cake, the brick stone again. So I'm just doing like this. So now for the middle, add more of green fondant and make textures kinda like a grass. They're actually same like the wedding cake before. And then I'm gonna make full of roses with a pastel color. I'm just made roses by my hand without any mold. So this is the final look of butter cake. So yeah, I think that's all. Thank you so much for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.